Hello, welcome to part 6 of our Global Studies Orientation. I know I said we were going to go on to talking about the syllabus. I forgot I was going to talk a little bit about our special projects very briefly. We've got a couple of special projects going on. First, we are going to do some election activities. I've only got 3 listed down here, but I think we're going to do 5. But they're just going to be little activities done to relate to um, all the stuff that's going on around the elections. That's something that's cool and exciting and that we don't get to do except for once every 4 years. So the first one is to register to vote, and hopefully all of you are registered to vote already. If you're not, you have only today, which is Monday, October the 8th, to um, register to vote. When I originally had planned this class, we were going to start on September 24th, so you had a couple of weeks at that point to prepare, but sadly, that's not the case now. We have only October 8th, so hopefully you're already registered to vote, and this won't be an issue for you, but if you're not, you can register online. I provide a link. Register to vote. You will be glad you did. If you can't register to vote because of you're too young, you're from another country, whatever, you can just provide me with a note explaining why you can't register to vote. And if you are already registered to vote, just to give me some evidence of that. Anyway, you'll also watch debates, and you'll prepare to vote by looking at the voter's guide, and then you'll debrief the election. Those are going to be the 5 election activities that we'll be engaging in, and you'll get 20 points for each of those. Then we're going to be doing a service learning project, which I mentioned briefly earlier. You're going to try to persuade people to do something. For example, you might try to persuade your friends to vote, especially people who may have not voted before, or who are feeling like their vote doesn't count. Perhaps you'll be able to persuade them that it does. Um, anyway, so the purpose of the service learning project is not to go volunteer someplace or do anything like that, but it is simply to persuade people to do something. You can pick whatever it is you want to persuade them to do as long as it's related to our class. It has to reach out to the community, so it needs to be someone besides your immediate family and immediate close circle of friends. I usually think of community as being at least 20 people, and it may be people at your church, people, maybe your workplace, maybe your neighborhood, maybe your Facebook friends, some large group of people, and try to persuade them to do something. This is something that you'll want to be working on consistently throughout the quarter. I've got some checkpoints for you throughout the quarter. There's 3 parts to it: the proposal, the update, and the final project. And usually people cringe and are horrified that I'm giving you this project, but every quarter at the end people say this was one of their favorite things about the class. So it really is going to be better than it might sound at the moment. So those are our 2 special projects. I also will survey you every module just to see what you think of the class, how things are going, and maybe ask you a variety of questions like, how you're liking Canvas, what do you think of our book, stuff like that. I like to keep in touch. I want to get your feedback about the class as we're going along and make modifications to make the class as good as it can be. And so that means, things may well change as we're going along. So I appreciate your flexibility as we alter things to make this class an excellent experience for everybody. So anyways, the surveys are anonymous and you don't have to complete them, but you can earn a couple of bonus points every module. Not a ton, just a couple, 2. But every 2 points counts. It adds up over the course of the quarter. And actually, maybe I'll switch that to 5 now that since we only are doing 4 modules. But anyways, it's only a couple of points, but it does add up over the course of the quarter, and it's just a small reward for doing this optional survey. So that is it. We'll be going on to part 7 next.